We have been coming here every day to make sure this protest continues.
This is the first time I'm seeing Nigerian youth as a united entity.
Throughout October 2020, the world's attention was on Nigeria.
We youth with the para! With the para, enough is enough!
Following years of brutality inflicted by the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, known as Sars, Nigerian youth finally decided to make their grievances heard. The usernames and social media clips are concealed because of the possibility of reprisals against activists.
Not the killers!
Not for that fact, I said so.
Sars was founded in 1992 to quell the alarming rise of armed robberies in Lagos. Officers without name tags or uniforms patrolled the streets in unmarked vehicles. At the time, Sars' anonymity was considered essential to target street crime, but it soon led to them acting with impunity. They began targeting wealthy-looking young people with expensive gadgets or flashy cars. According to Amnesty International, Sars operatives preyed on low-income men aged between 18 to 25, as well as targeting and raiding the homes of journalists. Shay Mint almost died during one such confrontation.
I noticed the car trailing me, and then I just turned to see, and then they jumped off the bus. And they said they need a card to identify me. I said, I do not have that. The guy from the back just said, we want to know if you're gay.
They've asked you about your sexuality, and then how does the conversation progress?
They dragged me from where I was. They dragged me through, up the pavement, and then those that had their kobokos started using their kobokos on me.
Like sticks?
They're not sticks, cow skin. And then one had this policeman stick.
You're practically being beaten unconscious at this point. Seeing the people who are here to protect you and how they interacted with you. As a Nigerian youth, how does that make you feel about yourself, your future, and Nigeria?
It made me an angry person, a sad person.
Do you think that this season, this protest, this revolt against this unit is actually going to lead to the true disbandment of SARS?
It might not be a start to the end, but it's definitely something.
Over half of Nigeria's population is under 30 and has become increasingly disillusioned with its government that has ignored years of abuse by this notorious unit. Inspired by the global ripples of the Black Lives Matter movement, many young Nigerians have decided to speak out.
We do not want SARS anymore.
Organizing themselves on social media and gaining the support of several high-profile musicians across the country. As thousands took to the streets, the government took notice, leading President Buhari to address the nation and pledge the disbanding of SARS.
The disbanding of SARS is only the first step in our commitment to extensive police reform.
However, despite this concession, protests have continued, with demands for further reform, including the release of arrested protesters, compensation for victims, and the retraining of the SARS operatives.
What is bad governance? We dey do peace protest. We no get knife, we no get contrast. We no get anything in our hand. Now we dey use the do am with peace, not by fight.
As crowds gathered, on October the 20th, the Lagos State Governor issued a citywide curfew. However, before people had time to disperse from the Lekki toll gate, floodlights were cut and the security cameras were disabled as police arrived and opened fire on peaceful protesters.
Everyone sit down, sit down, sit down.
They're releasing fire.
This is somebody that survived. They shot the person's leg, right? This one survived. Other people they've been shot and killed.
According to Amnesty International, at least 12 people were killed. Witnesses claim that the Nigerian army took away some bodies and prevented ambulances from gaining access to the wounded.
Talk. Army not give you a seat. Army not allow you pass. Army not allow you do a seat. They're not allowed to pass, Abby.
Angry protesters retaliated by setting fire to various landmarks across the capital. As Lagos burned, President Buhari addressed the nation for a second time.
Hello, Nigerians. It has become necessary for me to address you, having heard from many concerned Nigerians and having concluded a meeting with all the security chiefs.
Amnesty International has documented 82 cases of abuse and killing by SARS between January 2017 and May 2020. For survivors like Tomori Emmanuel, these protests provided an outlet for his frustration.
Okay, actually it was like a normal day. You know, I left the office very late. The following day was actually October 1st, Nigeria's independence. So along the way, I picked up a friend of mine. We were in the car, then we got to this roadblock, like a checkpoint. They asked us to park. So as I was parking, we just heard the gunshots twice. The third shot right now came through the boot of my car.
Right.
And hit my hand.
Is it okay if I sit?
Yeah, it is. This is the point of the bullet. It actually pierced the artery. I came down instantly, me and my friend, we came down, we ran towards them like, officer, I've been shot. And all of a sudden they took off as if we are now the one that shot at them. It was right in front of their police station.
And which police station did you describe it?
Dokpemu. Some of the officers, they came out and they were like asking questions. Why did they shoot me? Who am I? And am I an armed robber or something like that? And they eventually took us in because they saw how the blood was gushing out.
Yeah.
And they took us in. They wrote police reports, a report about what actually happened before they took me to the hospital. But during those periods, I actually fainted because I was losing blood.
Yeah.
And I think I went into this state whereby I think I can call it near-death experience.
Right.
And coming back from there was the noise outside about people that were now coming out to, complain about the police personnel that have been disturbing the peace since like 8 in the evening. They said they've been drinking local herbs and alcohol, celebrating Nigeria, which the independence is still the following day, you understand? So that was how I got to know that those guys have been drunk before I get to that particular checkpoint.
After weeks of speaking to the police, I was finally granted access to a SARS operative in Lagos who has agreed to speak to me under the condition of anonymity for fear of reprisal.
So we got a call that someone's willing to speak to us from the SARS unit, and we're going to find out a bit more about how the unit is run. So how long have you been in action as a SARS operative?
I've worked as a SARS operative for about 5 years now.
So in that 5-year period, has there ever been a situation where you've illegally detained a youth or asked for a bribe or just targeted or attacked someone for the wrong reason?
For me, I won't say it's what I'm doing is wrong because we are trained to get potential suspect and detain them for questioning. And sometimes when you see these youths, they are very difficult in terms when you catch them. So you have to sometimes beat them to get something information from them and so on. But I've not killed anybody before.
Who has given you the right, though, to beat another human being? Was that an instruction you were given from your senior? Is that how you're trained? How does it work?
No. Just that this is Nigeria. The youths are very difficult. If you don't, there's not how you talk to them and they will tell you the truth. You have to beat them very well, hit them and get those information from them.
Over the years, we've seen numerous accounts of the SARS unit being disbanded. In this current season, they are now saying they have not only disbanded the unit, but they're looking at renaming it SWAT. As a SARS operative, are you currently in action?
Okay, you're correct. We heard that the SARS have been disbanded, but you know what Nigeria is. You really say something, and sometimes it's not the way they say it, because we are human beings. What are we going to be doing? I still operate in a low key because I have children. How do I take care of them? I also need money. If you disband us and there's no form of anything showing us that we will still be paid or we'll still be having, we need to still operate in our own way so we can have money to take care of our own family.
An unknown number of individuals have been arrested. I'm meeting Olamide Apata, president of the Nigerian Bar Association, to find out what is being done to release protesters and bring rogue SARS operatives to justice.
Can you talk me through what policies are needed to actually put an end to SARS?
SARS in itself has been disbanded, but even then, even at that, you can see that there's a reluctance on the part of the people to actually believe, because even before now, the government has done, maybe not actually disbanded, but they've recharacterized SARS, they have tried to reposition SARS, tried to reform SARS. Now they claim that they have disbanded SARS and they've set up SWAT. It can't be that difficult to identify those who have been fingered in this whole bizarre episode.
With the rise of the youth speaking against the SARS movement, there has been an influx of horror stories that have hit the media about what the citizens of Nigeria have had to go through under the hands of the SARS unit. What are some of the horror stories you've personally encountered?
Till date, the news coming out or the information I've received from Anambra State, a particular SARS unit in Okuzu, in Anambra State, the stories I have heard, credible stories from sources that I usually will trust, have left me numb. You know, pictures I have seen.
What do you think the main reasons for why the unit of SARS has not been disbanded over the years, despite the numerous announcements from the government that it had in fact been disbanded?
It's a known fact. Everybody knows that they have become brigands, actually, quite a number of them. So, but for me, what it just shows me, or what it indicates, is that our leaders, and including those who lead the police, do not feel accountable, do not consider that they are answerable to the people. And so, which is why there are the cosmetic changes that have been put in place before now.
The End SARS protests have expanded to include calls for more than just an end to police brutality. They are now targeting government corruption and the rising unemployment, which has tripled over the past 5 years. The movement has transcended class and religion, bringing people together for a united call for change, demanding that leaders deliver on their promise for a better Nigeria.